This is Inside Indiana Business Radio for the afternoon of September 30th, 2022. I'm Alex Brown. The owner of more than 50 Jiffy Lube locations across Indiana says thieves damaged a couple of company vehicles when they cut and stole the catalytic converters from the exhaust system. That prompted Steve Sanner to launch a campaign to help protect other Hoosiers from what he calls an invasion of privacy. Technicians at Sanner's shops will engrave the last 8 digits of a vehicle's identification number on its catalytic converter and add a stripe of high-temp paint.
It can cost anywhere from $500 to $2,000 to fix it. It is just a nightmare for a lot of people. We're hoping that this is a good deterrent.
First launched in Marion County last month, the initiative is now in effect indefinitely statewide. A historic theater in downtown Plymouth that has sat vacant for more than 20 years will reopen this weekend. The Reese Theater, which opened in 1940, has undergone a variety of renovations over the last few years, including upgrades to the facade, HVAC units, and the installation of rooftop solar panels. The city of South Bend is seeking ideas for a historic downtown building. The city has issued a request for proposals to find a developer to repurpose and manage the more than century-old Lafayette building, which could be transformed into a mixed-use space. From the number one source for Indiana business news, this is Inside Indiana Business Radio.
Investing in talent development is an integral part of a strong human resources strategy. Meet the honorees who are leading the pack in talent development at our inaugural HR Impact Awards on October 13th. Talent development is just one of 4 categories we'll be exploring at this inaugural event. Hurry! Registration closes on October the 5th. RSVP at ipj.com/events.
Whether it's a new hire or a noteworthy promotion, IIB's Big Wigs and New Gigs serves as a platform to promote your team. Our revamped offering includes being featured on both the newly redesigned newsletter and at InsideIndianaBusiness.com. Subscribers to the Business News subscription save $10 off every listing, plus you can save $100 by bundling your submission to IIB with the Indianapolis Business Journal or the Indiana Lawyer. More at InsideIndianaBusiness.com.
A Purdue University professor has been appointed to the inaugural Industrial Advisory Committee that will help steer issues and policies stemming from the recently signed CHIPS and Science Act.
Carol Handworker, a professor of environmental and ecological engineering, is one of 24 committee members selected from academic and industry sectors and federal laboratories to advise U.S. Secretary of Commerce Gina Raimondo on semiconductor research and development. Raimondo toured Purdue 2 weeks ago, along with U.S. Secretary of State Anthony Blinken, to examine the university's efforts to become a center for semiconductor research and manufacturing. The committee will provide advice on the science and technology needs of the nation's domestic microelectronics industry, the national strategy on microelectronics research, and the research and development programs. The Commerce Department says the advisory committee will not participate in selecting recipients of federal financial assistance, including the Manufacturing Incentives Program. Other members of the committee include senior vice presidents and chief technology officers from high-profile technology companies, including Microsoft, Texas Instruments, and Qualcomm. Wes Mills, Inside Indiana Business Radio.
Indianapolis-based venture studio High Alpha has launched its latest startup, software consulting firm Stitch. Stitch's exclusive focus will be consulting with customers who use products made by Twilio, a publicly held San Francisco-based company whose platform allows its customers to develop applications and communicate with their customers. Stitch has about 20 employees, and co-founder and CEO Michael Burton says he expects that to grow to 150 to 175 employees over the next 3 years. Most of the employees will be Indianapolis-based, Burton said, because the city is a hub for marketing tech companies and therefore a good source of marketing tech talent. The numbers are in, and organizers say the 2022 College Football Playoff National Championship game in Indianapolis exceeded expectations. A report from Maryland-based Rockport Analytics suggests the overall economic output of the event was $156.6 million, above the projected $150 million the 4-day event in January was expected to generate. The number includes $53 million in local wages for tourism industry workers who were reeling from the devastating impact of the pandemic. Host Committee President Susan Boffman.
We were really so pleased to see that much spending basically into direct payments to jobs and hospitality employees. Kind of jump-started this season of consistency for hotel bookings and for the restaurants. And as we all know from being down here, having it be enough work to people feel comfortable that that's their job again.
The report, commissioned by the local organizing committee, found that about 56,000 people visited Indy for the game, spending an average of $281 per day. Boffman will talk more about the event's impact on this weekend's edition of Inside Indiana Business Television. Fox 59 morning anchor Angela Ganote is this week's guest on the Business and Beyond podcast with Gary Dick, presented by PNC, a weekly conversation with high-profile Hoosiers in business, sports, and entertainment, and beyond. Available now from your favorite podcast provider. I'm Alex Brown for Inside Indiana Business Radio on Demand.